Fail fast is one of the most misleading pieces of advice you can follow. Because if you keep yourself busy just failing, it results in staying in the same loop and not moving ahead or learning anything useful.
The idea sounds smart on the surface because it feels like action, and action feels productive, especially when you're stuck at the beginning. But most people using this advice are not testing clear ideas. They're jumping between half-formed attempts without understanding what success even looks like.
So instead of moving forward, they create a cycle of starting, failing, and restarting. This never progresses to success unless the failures are reviewed and changes made. What actually works is not failing fast, but learning from the failure. You need a clear idea of what you are trying to achieve before you begin. Then notice what fails and learn why.
When you start with even a rough sense of direction, every action you take becomes more meaningful because you are no longer just reacting. You are making small decisions that move you closer to something specific. Instead of asking, how quickly can I fail? A better question is, what small step can I take that teaches me something useful about whether this idea has potential?
This shifts your focus away from speed and towards understanding, which is what actually builds success over time and gives you an advantage.
For example, instead of launching something random and abandoning it after a few days, you might spend time understanding a specific problem, testing one small solution, and observing what people respond to. That process might look slower on the surface, but it builds clarity, and clarity is what allows you to move faster later without constantly resetting. Failing without direction creates noise, but learning with direction creates signal, and signal is what helps you make better decisions over time. Once you have that signal, even your mistakes become useful, because they are connected to something you are actively trying to improve rather than something you are randomly experimenting with. So instead of trying to fail fast, focus on learning clearly, because clarity will always move you further than speed without direction. The goal isn't to fail quickly, it's to understand what works and why, so that when something does start to work, you actually recognize it and can build on it.
Subscribe to Pumped Entrepreneur for more online startup business insights.